very efficient for you. You just seemed like more than anything, you were really aggressive, really hitting the K zone and keeping your pitches down low, and obviously, something you were looking to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I was just trying to. I wasn't trying to get deep into counts early on. It's kind of something that hurt me last time. I'd get deep into counts, and then I tried to be too fine with the pitch and end up walking the guy. Like last time I had 5 walks, which is very uncharacteristic of me. So I just wanted to get back to being in the zone with most of my pitches and not giving out any free passes and just being able to get guys out early, not get into those 2-2, 3-2 counts.
9 strikeouts and was 5 of them were looking. What were you able to hit today?
I feel like me and Kratz were on a really good. We were vibing pretty well. We were on a really good roll, and whatever he was throwing down, I was just kind of. It's very emotion, and I was right in sync with him with what I wanted to throw. He was calling. So when you have that connection with the catcher, it makes the game fun. And I felt like I was able to mix pretty well. I was throwing all 5 pitches, and I felt like I was able to locate pretty good for the most part. Could have been a little better, but I felt like I was able to go out there and give my team a chance to win.
Your first start here, you kind of already suggested it. Gary was saying that a couple times we got deep in counts, you were kind of nibbling around the plate a little bit, and do you think that was one of the biggest differences, the fact that you had your spots and you were hitting it and you were really aggressive, you weren't trying to just
absolutely, and that's something I talk to Gary about all the time. He wants me to get guys out early, get guys out in 3, 4 pitches. Don't go 5, 6, 7 pitches, because that helps you get deeper into games. And even today, I wasn't necessarily. I was efficient for the most part, but I had a couple innings where I had to battle and a couple plate appearances that took me kind of deep, which only allowed me to go to 5 1/3. I want 100 pitch count. So ultimately, it's just working to get to the point where I can go 6, 7 innings with that 100 pitches. And be able to get guys out early counts.
How challenging was that 4th inning after guys? I mean, obviously they give you great offensive support, batting around in the 3rd, but that also meant you sitting for a while.
Yeah.
And then, they let off with back
it's tough.
hits, but then you hunker down.
Yeah, it's tough. You really have to stay warm in the dugout. That's not the reason that they got hits. That it was a long inning. I just didn't make the pitches that I needed to those first 2 guys. But yeah, once those guys got on, I kind of buckled down. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I wanted to get the punchy, and then I was looking to get a double play ball. I ended up getting another strikeout and getting out of the inning. So it was good. Like you said, it was a long inning. It's great to see the run support. But sometimes you're sitting there and you're like, all right, I want to get back out there. I want to get back out there so I can stay in rhythm, but it's tough.
It was, like your last 2 starts.
Mm-hmm.
The doubleheader, you started at 10 o'clock at night, and this one's cold. Was it kind of difficult outings for you circumstances?
No. It's fun. I don't. You never want to overthink it to the point where it's going to affect you in your pitching. So, whatever it is, whether it be 10:30, whether it be the cold that was out there today, you just have to make the best out of every situation and go out there and battle regardless. So, I don't take into account too much when it comes to that.
Do you have to make any adjustments when it's this cold out?
You just have to be better. You have to make sure that you're on top of your pitches more. Your hands are a little slick, so you have to make sure that you're really into your delivery. You're not flying open. Just things that when it's hot out, sometimes you can get away with. You have to feel it. You have to be a little better when it's cold out.
Is there anything that you do, like as far as just keep warm or your warm up? Anything routine wise change a little bit?
I might run a little bit more before the game, but for the most part, I just try and keep it the same in between innings. Just try and walk back and forth, just stay loose, get by the heaters in the dugout, just do anything you can just to keep warm.
And obviously we've talked about it before, obviously you pitched in cold weather before.
Yeah.
This is nothing new to you, but is it still a bit of challenging to find that touch on the ball the way you want to have it when it is that cold?
Yeah, it's tough because you don't sweat much, so it's hard to reach for some sweat, or it's hard to. You just have to make sure that you have your grip is set in your hand, and you have to really make sure that when you get out front in your delivery that you're really finishing your pitches. You can't be too short with them. Whereas you might have some grip on your hand. When it's cold out and you're slick, you have to really make sure you put an emphasis on finishing your pitches and staying down in the zone. So.